Talk to me.
I wanted to start this episode with a question for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you think Hereditary was an influential movie?
If Hereditary was influential, yes,
Yeah.
definitely. It was influential to my upbringing.
Oh, you saw Hereditary when you were a young child?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, this is what movies can be.
You know, what's crazy to think that there's going to be a generation of kids that did see Hereditary when they were very young.
Yeah. I wish I saw more interesting movies when I was younger, because I really didn't, and it feels like only now am I broadening my horizons.
I don't think I was meant to see the interesting movies I saw when I was young. I think my parents put them on and not realizing what they were. And then I got to watch them.
Yeah, that's a big, because my parents were very strict. They were like, I couldn't even watch Batman.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me
Things.
that.
Like Batman Begins, I could not watch
I just
until
had to
I was
close my
older.
eyes when there were boobs. That was
Oh,
it.
okay.
It doesn't matter the violence. Just boobs. No, not good. Can't see those nipples.
Boobies are a no-go.
Yeah, boobies are a no-go.
You know, parents can be like that. It's understandable.
Says a lot about society. That's what the Joker would say. He'd be like, so I can watch a man get his head caved in, but I can't see a little bit of ass. Batman.
Oh, God. The Joker would like, is Joker like a boobs or ass man?
Ass.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so too. I think he likes the chaos of it.
Okay. You never
Or
know if
he-
it's gonna be clean, Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it gonna be stinky? I don't know. That's the fun of it.
You
does
see
that-
Harley, she's crazy. She's unpredictable. You don't know what she does back there on any given day.
He does that little thing where he like puts his like hair to the side right before he's about to eat ass, and he's like, "Here we go."
Sit on my face. I want you to do it. Sit on my face.
He has a gun to her. Sit on my fucking face. Jesus Christ. Well, the
Lord.
reason I asked that question is because that's what I thought while watching this movie. And I feel like there's been a lot of more recent movies that we reviewed, maybe not so much The Night House, but definitely Smile, where I feel like Hereditary. I feel like elevated horror has been around for a while, but Hereditary was the one to cement that into, can make money.
Yeah.
Like The Witch walked so Hereditary could run, you know?
Pretty much. Yeah.
But I feel
What
like
was like A24, because those are both A24
Yes.
films. What was A24's like big breakout?
I think
movie
it was
that, like, got them
Hereditary.
popular.
at least for horror,
Yeah.
it was definitely Hereditary, because that was one of like I feel like the first times that I've seen necessarily like normal people that don't really follow film get excited for when Midsummer came out.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, it's the guy that made Hereditary. And there's so many like people out there, at least that I talk to, you just see at work or whatever, that don't necessarily follow directors or studios or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
But I think Ari Aster with Hereditary was the one that got people like excited, because I feel like, I mean, we've been watching decent horror movies for a long time, even before starting this, even before Hereditary came out. So to us, we were like, oh shit, that's like a really good movie. But to some people, that was like something they'd never seen before,
Yeah.
So I think that kind of set A24 on the map, at least for horror wise.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of a landmark film in not only just what it was, but also in its marketing,
Yes.
where like how the trailers for it were cut. is very influential. Like every horror movie that comes out now is like aping off of that.
Yeah, your
type
trailer
of
has to be
trailer
good.
editing style.
And
Yeah,
and
it's
this
like-
one did this kind of the same thing, where
Definitely.
yeah, because you know what A24 is. You know how like all Chris Nolan movies are like during the trailers that like whoa noise. You know.
Yeah.
A24's is a quick little noise, like in
Yeah.
Hereditary it was like the mouth click, and I think they did that a similar one in this one. It's like a snap or something like that.
Yeah, it's like using like natural sounds like that in like quick succession and like
Yeah, it'll be like quick quiet.
Mm-hmm.
That's A24's like gimmick for trailers.
right. That started with Hereditary though.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah.
That was like the first one I remember seeing edited that way, and it was awesome when you first see it.
And that made sense too, because in the movie the girl did that. The other ones it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, this is creepy.
Yeah.
But that brings us to today's film, Talk to Me, directed by YouTubers who we didn't know who they were until we looked at them before recording this. Danny, I'm probably gonna not say this right, Philippou,
Philippou.
and
That's
Michael
how I pronounce it.
Philippou. They're brothers,
Philippou.
YouTubers, Australian. Australia plays a big part in this movie. Because
It does.
was, I said that sentence and realized how fucking stupid it was.
You know what?
'Cause there's a
It
kangaroo.
makes sense to us Americans.
It makes sense to us Americans because we're not used to people talking different or acting different from us. And if we don't like it, we want them to die.
Yeah, like they're the others. We
Yeah.
are the main characters of the world.
I mean, to be fair though, Australians are just cooler British people.
That's kind of accurate, actually. Yeah.
Like, I'd much rather hang out with Australians than British people.
Oh yeah, I'd much rather go to Australia than the UK too.
The
It's
only
like
reason I would not want to go to Australia is the spiders.
the spiders.
They have
What's
like
special about the spiders?
the biggest fucking spiders ever. Like,
Really?
there'll just be videos. It's like a spider the size of like a baseball, and it'll just be like
The
in the corner of
fuck?
some of their house, and they're like, oh well, that guy got in. Let's get him out. Like, and they're just casual about it. If I saw that, I would die. Like, I would leave.
Wow.
I would find a gun and blow my brains out.
And what you're saying makes me think like I'll go into the woods in Australia one night and just see that giant spider from Harry Potter,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's
and
gonna,
all the other spiders lead to it.
yeah, you're gonna follow a trail of little spiders to the big one. Yeah, no, like that's Australia has like also like the most poisonous animals, the most venomous animals.
Oh.
Everything in Australia wants to kill you.
Even
Kangaroos aren't even nice. No, they're assholes.
Yeah. I've seen so many videos of kangaroos like being like aggressive and
Yeah.
trying to kill someone.
Yeah, because I think they're very territorial.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten that too.
Which there's a kangaroo in this movie.
Oh my
That's
god.
how you know
yeah.
it's Australian.
And I just want to compliment the filmmakers. It was a practical kangaroo. It wasn't a real kangaroo obviously, but
Yeah.
it was a like puppet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything in this was, to my knowledge, very practical.
It was, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
There was even parts of the gore where I was very shocked. I was surprised. So let's get into the plot. If you've been living under a rock and haven't seen a YouTube ad in the last year, you probably have no idea what this is. But Talk to Me is essentially, I would describe it as a modern take on the Ouija board. It's just a similar concept. These kids discover a hand which is embalmed, and it was like a medium's hand. She could communicate with the dead, and they took that, found out, oh, we can communicate with ghosts and they can go inside of us. Let's make a challenge out of that. like all kids now in the TikTok generation will do.
It's a very millennial or Gen Z idea.
It's a very like millennial movie too.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking, and I wrote a note. These are my notes, by the way, for this podcast. I have on a sticky note here.
God.
All I wrote, and this was a while ago. I just wrote "Talk to Me, Mr. Beast."
Why?
Those were my notes because I was thinking it would be very funny if Mr. Beast had this hand.
Yeah.
And it was just like, if you can hold on to this medium's hand for 90 seconds, you will win a Lamborghini. You know?
Oh,
and there's like a
God.
bunch of contestants, and they're all like
Yeah.
getting possessed and shit. And I was thinking like a little like thumbnail of like the hand, and like he's like Mr. Beast looks like he's possessed.
Yeah.
That'd be
Oh,
cool.
God. They should have worked with Mr. Beast to make like a tie-in YouTube video to the
Yeah,
movie
he could have.
to promote it. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, but it's Mr. Beast just using it to get dead people to compete in other challenges for his other YouTube videos.
Oh God.
We pit a 12-year-old Victorian child against a caveman. And then he asks them if they like Feastables.
What the fuck are Feastables?
That's like his chocolate brand. Like literally every video, he's
God.
just like, "Hey, try this chocolate." And then they're like, "It's good." And he's like, "See, it's amazing."
How many products does this guy have on the market? He must be like fucking
He's got
a
chocolate
gazillionaire.
and burgers.
He's got Beast Burgers.
Oh, he's got like normal candy too. He has gummies.
Oh,
He's got gummies.
I bet they're good.
They're expensive. I
Are they
saw them
really?
at Walmart, and I was like, I could buy a whole box of fruit snacks for this.
What makes them special or expensive?
I think they're made like all natural
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff.
Makes sense.
I haven't had the chocolate yet. Maybe we'll do a Mr. Beast chocolate review.
Yeah, Mr. Beast chocolate review. We'll do that in between this episode and next episode, and we'll come back next episode
Yeah.
and review them.
We rank every Mr. Beast chocolate. That's like,
Yeah.
Could you imagine that like just blows up, and then our channel is just like horror movies, and we review YouTuber products. Mr.
We have to
Beast sends us a
restructure
cease
the
and
content
desist.
of our channel.
Yeah, to try to fit the two.
Yeah. It's a...
Um,
Oh, God.
But yeah, so that's essentially the premise. How the hand works is you grab it and you say, "Talk to me," and before you, a spirit appears from, I guess, the realm where spirits exist. They don't really go too much into the logic behind it, which I enjoy. Actually, I like
I thought that was cool.
the vagueness. But the twist is, if you stay longer than 90 seconds in contact with the spirit, it can enter your body and stay in it, which you don't want. You don't want a ghost in you.
You don't want that at all.
You don't want the ghost in you.
Especially since they can apparently just present themselves as anything
Yeah,
to trick you.
they can fuck with your mind. They can even like take over your body.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah, and not nice ghosts. Not a lot of nice ghosts. Well, I would assume it's kind of like, they say like you become a ghost or a spirit because you have like unfinished business or something, or you were wronged when you died.
Mhm.
So you're probably
Yeah.
very angry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess we'll share our thoughts. I liked it a lot. I thought it was one of the better horror movies I think to come out this year that we've seen so
Okay.
far. I was I'll be honest, when I heard it was directed by two YouTubers, I was like, okay, I think I know what I'm getting into. And I was very surprised with how, I think, mature it was.
Yeah.
And it's the scare, it's genuinely, like, I know sometimes we talk about, like, this movie wasn't scary, we'll say that. This one I felt like there were moments that were genuinely pretty creepy.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially,
Yeah.
I saw it by myself. There's literally no one in the theater.
Oh, really?
Which, I was like, oh no, is like no one gonna see this movie? And then I found out like it made a shitload of money. It like made its money back like opening weekend and even more.
Yeah, isn't that weird? That's like shows you can never take your own personal experience
Yeah.
as like gospel
Yeah,
for anything.
because it only had a budget of, I think like $5 million. So it was
Wow, really?
relatively small. Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Well, I mean they're YouTubers, so they're probably used to working,
Really
with
under budget.
really under
Yeah.
budget with no real equipment. But this time they have real equipment. They have real actors.
Right. And as far as I know, this is all unknown cast. So it's not like
Yeah.
they're paying like exorbitant prices for anybody
Right.
to be in the movie.
And the main character is very interesting. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
They do the typical. I know we kind of joked about it, like on Smile, like our elevated horror checklist. This one ticks off a lot of it. We have our character who is dealing with surprise, a death in the family. Surprise, her mom. So, kind of our antagonist in the film is like the metaphorical dealing of grief and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's all handled very well, and I feel like some of the stuff is very subtle. As far as like its other thematics, I just think
I do feel like it's a little different though. I don't think it's totally about. I mean, it is about grief, but it's specifically about how you handle grief.
Yes.
And how that should be done.
Yeah, I got a lot of also like drug abuse kind of stuff out of it.
Definitely, yeah.
And how it kind of ruins like family and everything, like your close ones. It's basically like how to fuck up your emotional support group. The movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, literally. Yeah.
But yeah,
and I guess
I really liked it.
Yeah, sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say I was gonna finish my quick review of that. I really liked it. It was scary and it was a little refreshing, to see something that's not like studio garbage.
True.
And it was a good time, and I can see this movie gaining a bit of traction like once it pops out on streaming.
Definitely.
This would be a good young girls are having a sleepover kind of movie in a good way,
I can see this as being one of those movies that's clipped on TikTok or something.
Yes.
And people are in the comments like, "Oh my god, what is this movie?
Yeah.
What's the name of this movie?"
That's it. Like all the possession scenes.
Yeah, I could see that being viral because it's like kind of relatable to that demographic.
And they were literally making TikToks too.
Yeah, literally.
Movie. Yeah. So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts was it was okay. It was fine.
It was fine.
This is so uninteresting. But no, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I was on the verge of loving it at very certain points of the movie, but it was like, like you said, I like all the themes and stuff it has going on, but it was like there isn't really much nuance to what it's saying.
Yeah.
Its message. And I feel like because it's so weird, because I feel like most of the movie's pretty intelligently done.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just left the theater thinking like, okay, what is that? Like when I watch a movie, especially now, I'm watching it because, well, a good movie will have some kind of something I can take with me in my life, or some kind of like, it'll show me a different experience and like maybe give me a new perspective on something. That's like my bar for like what makes like a worthwhile film, and like Marvel movies don't meet that really. So it's like, I that's how I know, looking at this, I didn't really take much away from it other than drugs are bad and you shouldn't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Like and I was like, that's not, I already knew that. And it's not, there's not much nuance in there. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you to a point. It's just the ending was very bleak, which I did not expect, which kind of made me like it a little more. Because I think it does kind of show it doesn't matter how good of a person, like what type of person you are, how good of a person you are. What your intentions are, that doesn't matter. Your actions have these consequences. But yeah, I mean, definitely there's some stuff in here you can tell that these guys are not professional writers.
No, it's weird because it's like there's some parts of the movie that I think are really like cool ideas and like well written as like little set pieces. Like I like the idea of like everybody sitting around and like grabbing this hand and like having like weird ghostly experience. Like that, all that stuff is cool. It's just like all of the stuff connecting those scenes was like there was nothing really driving the plot forward at any point where it was like it just felt like it was like this happens, then this happens, and there's no real goal for anybody.
Yeah, that's
Nobody
what
has, like, a
I was
goal.
gonna mention. It kind of like pacing was a little weird
Yeah,
because it was like this
definitely.
is the premise. Okay, how can we get another scene where they're all together, playing this
Yeah.
hand?
And it felt like it wanted to be a goal-oriented film.
Yeah.
Where, like, I don't know, it was just like the plot was just things happening, and like I was like, all right, I don't know. There was nothing like driving it forward. You know what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, it was very just this thing happens. How do we solve that? Okay, now this thing happened. Okay, what's going on now? Okay, now this thing
Yeah.
happens. How do we solve that?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's just so weird because you have like really good scenes in it. Like I love that scene when that kid, they're like everything's going about his business. It's really well edited too. It was like that montage sequence of all of them switching.
Yeah,
and,
switching
like,
the
grabbing
hands.
the hands. It's like really well edited to like this like music, and it's like wow, this is like a great.
It's like a
Great
TikTok
sequence.
song
It is
that
literally,
people would
yeah.
like lip sync to or whatever. You know, they do their dances too.
Yeah, it was like, wow, that was really well visualized and shot in order to be edited that way. And then right after that, you have, I think it was right after that scene where that guy bashes his head into the desk
Yeah.
over and over again. It's like, damn, that's like such a gut punch. It's like a really great like sequence of events.
Yeah,
And it's like, you know, there's some like, there's like shades of like brilliance in it. It's kind
the
of interesting
horror
to watch.
parts are really good. It just
Yeah.
struggles connecting them all.
Yes, yeah. And like I didn't really understand the whole thing with the kangaroo really, or what that added.
That was, I think, because she was supposed to just put it down to make it easier. I think it's like a sort of get over it, you know, like just do it now. Don't drag it on, you know,
Oh, okay.
because
I can
in
see what
the
you mean, I
end,
guess.
well, I don't want to get to the spoilers, but there's another character that she needs to, you know, help by, I guess, letting go of, you know, or putting down. So that's what I think that
Oh,
was
I
supposed to
see.
be. Yeah.
But that's the thing. That was all like a lie. Or I guess I don't want to get into spoilers, but
Yeah, it's very unclear.
yeah, it's very muddled.
Ghosts work in mysterious ways. That was my main takeaway from this movie.
Yeah, but it like kind of takes away from it because I don't know. It became so cloudy what was like a trick and what wasn't, because they say like a ghost can imitate anyone, and she's like being manipulated by her mother eventually,
The
or
thing
what she thinks is her mother.
the thing that gets a little weird for me is in the beginning they tell you the rules right away. You know, you're over 90 seconds. A good chance the ghost is permanently in you, right?
Oh yeah.
And our first character, surprise, surprise, when she does it, she's in there for like 92 seconds because the kid's like, we went a little over. And she's like, oh, it's fine. I feel fine. So right then I'm like, nope, ghost in her, you know, logical movie audience. But I feel like that didn't come into play until after that scene you were talking about where they were all fucking around and the ghost gets in that one kid.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, okay, the rest of the movie is going to be her dealing with that. We're going to have like a sort of, you don't know what's real, don't know what's fantasy. She's going to be freaking out, you know, lashing out at all of her friends, losing all of them, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. That's where I thought it was gonna go.
But that
too.
didn't really go till the last like 30 minutes.
No. Yeah, definitely not.
So I feel like there were two ideas there, and they
Yeah.
didn't fully commit to either. They were like, let's just try to do both.
Isn't it? And it's like yeah, it's like I guess the ghost was like lying to her because at the end she sees that the kid ended up being fine,
Yeah.
and they like leave the hospital. I don't know. The it was all just like muddled near the end. It was like I don't really know what's happening.
You sound like a grandpa.
Yeah.
What's happening? Why
Like
are they
just on a
recording
character
their-
and motivation level, it was like very, very unclear.
Yeah, well, I mean, our main character, she doesn't have necessarily a family. She lost her mom. Since then, her dad hasn't been the nicest, so she's been living at her best friend's house, who is basically like her family.
Yeah.
And she loses that for one mistake due to her grief of her mom. And I think a lot of it is desperation of trying to get that family back. I don't know the actual what was like intended. So it could be, you know, the ghost is like tricking her to keep fucking her up because she was so desperate, you know.
Yeah.
To get back, like again, because she didn't even need to do all this other shit. Because right before she was about to do like the drastic thing, the mom's like, "Oh, I just thought about it. You're fine. I know you wouldn't hurt my son. We're cool." You know, like
Yeah.
You know what this movie is? This movie is the definition of fuck around and find out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
They fucked around and they found out pretty quickly.
They found out. They got stuck in the ghost dimension.
So I don't know. Yeah, you're convinced. It is muddled, but
Yeah, it is weird. It's just like I don't understand what the
messages at the end.
what the point of it was near the end. I don't know.
The point is
It
to
wa-
be scared.
Yeah, they succeeded. I was definitely like creeped out at certain points.
Did want to talk about one scene, like you talk about when the kid was smashing his head on the desk,
Yeah.
and when he gets his hand free and almost pulls out his eye.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
That shit, I genuinely squirmed, like, in my seat.
Yeah.
I was like, holy... And it happens so fast. And the fact you see him, like, get under the eyelid and start to pull it out before they stop him,
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that was awesome. Looking.
Even him in the hospital is hard to watch.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, when he's in the shower.
Yeah, he's in the shower and he like looks unrecognizable.
Yeah.
'Cause he's so swollen. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah, he just starts beating his head into the wall.
The tile, and the tiles start breaking, and, like, the blood starts going, like, down the drain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was awesome. That was
Yeah.
great.
That was, I think, the most surprising part to me.
How visceral it was.
Yeah, I did not expect to get that violent. Mm-hmm. Like, in the beginning, I was like, okay, that's our shock thing, right? That first scene. Mm-hmm. One thing I did also really like was sort of their depiction of that other realm. Because our main character gets a glimpse of it, of what the brother is going through, and it's like a world where there's just a bunch of naked people constantly tormenting you and eating you.
Yeah.
It looked like
Yeah.
it reminded me of the movie Society if it wasn't funny.
Oh my god, yeah, that's true. I was actually thinking of Event Horizon.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
that.
that's very similar. It's a hell
because
ship.
The lighting was very similar. Only it was like a better scene than Event Horizon, in my opinion. It was like I don't. It just looked
That's
a
okay.
lot more
I'll
creepy.
allow that. You don't understand the hell ship. It was a hell ship.
It was
That's
a hell
what-
ship.
It was a hell ship.
Just that on merit alone makes it a worthwhile.
Yeah,
film.
because it's a hell ship. That's it.
Maybe we should talk about that movie eventually, because like I feel like I could break down how stupid it is.
And then you know what my response is going to be? It's a hell ship. that's it. It's a hell ship, dude.
Maybe that wouldn't be a good episode. Then.
You know what? You know what? You need to watch it again with the mindset of it's a hell ship.
Oh my god.
Then you'll understand. You're like, oh, it's a hell ship.
Then it'll click.
Then it'll click because it's a hell ship.
Right. That's why there were Looney Tunes sound effects.
Yeah, because it's a hell ship. Bugs Bunny's in hell.
Unironically, though, what always makes me laugh is seeing that end fight with
Oh,
Lawrence Fishburne just beating him with a pipe or something.
yeah. Halloween
And it's like
6.
the most comical like metal pipe sound ever. It's like what you would hear if like Daffy Duck
Yeah,
hit
it's like the
Bugs Bunny over the head.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like very weird.
What I will say, one thing I was not a fan of in this movie is anytime there was a scare, they did the loud music sting to let you know it was scary.
Oh yeah.
That
got kind of annoying.
Is one of my biggest pet peeves. And other movies like Hereditary are great because they don't do that.
Yeah.
I feel like elevated horror, that genre has kind of gotten away. They understand that less is more with the scares. You know, just give me a creepy visual. That's enough. And I was thinking, remember, a perfect example of a scare without needing music is in the 2018 Suspiria remake, when she's outside of like the the dance academy, and those three women run out to her. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay.
And it's like
I think
horrifying.
I vaguely remember this.
Yeah, because it's just quiet, and then they just run out of the darkness, and they're like, ah! And they just grab her, and it's terrifying.
Yeah. Okay,
it's like the scariest thing in the movie.
Yeah,
but it's scary because you hear all of it.
Right.
You don't hear the
it's
music
just,
go
like, almost silent.
You know, like it's the silence to the interruption, the build of the actual audio, not music.
Yeah.
Like, yes, that old naked man in the corner jumping out is scary. I don't need the music to scare me too.
Yeah, like that toe sucking scene is scary.
Yes.
You just don't need the music, you know?
Yeah, that part was pretty funny, though.
It was, yeah. I was laughing
when he woke up and he's like, "What the fuck?"
and she's just like deep throating his foot.
And that scene is very interesting because it's like it goes through like a whirlwind of emotions, because it starts with them like awkward, like ha ha ha, like we used to date, we still secretly like each other, blah blah, okay, let's go to bed. And there's like a moment of like vulnerability where he's sleeping and they're laying like opposite to each other, as so she's like down by his legs, and you can tell that she just really wants another human to like her. Specific, she likes this guy. And it's just very sad because all she does is just kind of like nuzzle up against his like calf.
Yeah.
And it's very awkward, but at the same time like very like endearing. Like she didn't want like to be held or anything. She just wanted to like be next to like another human in like a vulnerable state. And then we are greeted with horror because there's a little naked old man in the corner, which is straight out of Hereditary.
Oh, yeah.
A24 loves naked old people.
Naked old people coming out of the darkness.
Yes, and that is Hereditary. Hereditary made that staple. But yeah, and then it goes to the old man sucking his toes, and you're like, oh my god, this is horrifying. And then we get swapped, and it's actually her. She was just seeing the old man. And then it's like somewhat funny, like that tension is kind of broken. So you go through like a lot of emotions in like maybe like a 2-minute span. And
Yeah.
I feel like that was very well done.
It was, yeah. That was a whole great sequence. It felt like they had a whole bunch of like scenes they wanted to do, like
Yes.
ideas for scenes. I just don't know if I'm assuming they wrote it. I guess we don't know.
I believe they did.
Okay.
Let me
But,
fact check.
Yeah, let's fact check that real quick.
You know, I was saying that all the movies that have a good yeah, it was written by them. Well, it was written by one of them. It was written by Danny.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, it is like yeah, maybe they don't have everything like totally thought out script wise, but they have like really the whole movie was really well directed.
Yes.
And all the performances were great.
Yes.
Like I felt like I was getting everything I
Direction was
needed to
very
out
good.
of them.
Editing was also amazing.
Yeah, like I said before, that montage sequence was really well done to the music and everything. But I'm a sucker for really well edited things to music.
See, okay, so this is where you're gonna agree with me. While I like that scene, and this may just be personal preference, because I'm not hip with music.
Yeah.
I felt like a lot of the music choices really took me out of the movie.
I don't remember most of them.
It was just like today's hip hop music. I sound like an old man. I don't know. For context, I only listen to like metal and folk, so I don't
Yeah.
know any other music really.
You're on the opposite end of the spectrum.
I'm
of
on the
hip-hop.
opposite end. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you a Drake song. All right. So I don't
couldn't
know.
either. I'm
Yeah.
right there with you.
I don't listen to pedophiles. Am I right?
He actually is a pedophile, isn't he?
Yeah, something he like texts underage
He at least
girls.
grooms people.
Yeah, he grooms them. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't? That's famous.
No, I'm right there with you because like I do listen to a lot of hip hop, but it's like it's not really super popular people. It's like De La Soul or like Danny Brown, JPEG Mafia, people like that.
Sure.
So it's like, yeah, I actually don't remember much of the music in this movie. I remember it was a lot of like poppy, modern stuff. Though.
Yeah, the thing that got me was the ending was very horrifying, and it's like a sting, like oh shit. And then it's just like immediately just like happy rap music, like in the credits.
Was it really?
Yeah, and I was like, what? Okay. I get like, because it is about, TikTok generation and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, for me, it just didn't gel well. While I really liked that sequence, the music did kind of take me out of it. Yeah. But that's just me.
No, I understand that. It was like jarring, but I feel like it was almost intentional.
Yeah.
Because it was like...
I feel like here... This is the thing we do where we cut and paste around the movies. I feel like that montage sequence would have been very good the first time because we don't understand the threat.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Yeah. And again, that's where the whole like drugs kind of metaphor comes in, where all these young kids get together, fuck around. It's a lot of fun. Do too much of it and your life is over.
Literally,
you are condemned to purgatory, where you get eaten by old men 24/7.
Oh God, that is quite a nightmarish idea. To be stuck in that, and then you're only like way back to the real world is like through that stupid game that people play. That's pretty horrifying.
I did really like that ending though, with when she's just like those. I think there was Spanish people at the end, and she's like, what?
And she's so confused.
Yeah.
It's a really good ending. It was.
Yeah, I like, and I feel like we've talked about this a couple times before, I do like in horror movies when they show hell as not as just a place with fire and lava.
Yeah.
That's why I like VHS 94. That was like a really cool depiction of hell, of just kind of like a barren wasteland. Almost like a Mad Max world with monsters.
And we watched that for this podcast, didn't we?
Yeah. I like when things do that, which is why I really liked that aspect of it. Of just...
You like unique hells.
Yeah, I like unique hells. You could say one very unique hell is the Hell ship from Event Horizon. Because hell is the ship.
No, I do acknowledge it is a hell ship. But, okay, here's my main problem with the film, okay? That movie, it's basically like an action guy, a director, like turning a horror concept into an action movie somehow.
You know what's crazy? It's almost like he's done that before with like 6 Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it the same guy?
It's the same guy. You know, I'll defend Paul W.S. Anderson. I think he is fine. I think he makes a lot of dog shit movies.
Yeah.
But I think they're fun to watch.
They definitely are. I love that that Wesker scene, and I don't remember which one. It's where Wesker first appears.
That is the 4th one.
That sounds right.
You're talking about he's in that white room?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's like the dogs and shit.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Resident Evil is awesome. I'm going to force you to watch all of those movies for one of these episodes.
Oh, God.
I hope you know that.
They're like just terrible action movies.
No, they're cool. She puts pennies in her shotgun. That's cool. The first 2 are good. The first one is very good.
I remember liking the first one.
The first one's more of a horror movie. I'm pretty sure we watched it like back in high school together.
We did, yeah. It was a while ago.
The first one is a straight up horror movie. You know, with the action bits.
Yeah.
The second they go a bit more action, and then the third is just after that it's just straight up action.
He can't hide it, that guy, whatever his name is. He can't hide it.
Yeah, then he did the Monster Hunter movie. Now I will admit that was bad.
Wes Anderson directs those, right?
Yeah, Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson directed Resident Evil.
Those are his passion project movies.
Yeah.
Like, like Grand Budapest Hotel. Blah.
Yeah,
He doesn't, that's his
blah.
money makers.
That's not art. Yeah. his Resident Evil, the Wes Anderson directed Resident Evil movies. That's his passion. Did you know? Okay, this is gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
When Asteroid City came out, I don't know. I don't use TikTok, but I do use Twitter. And I guess there's like a film section of TikTok where they talk about movies, and it's mostly just people showing a scene of like Solo and being like, "This movie's so fucked up, don't watch it." Like that's kind of
yeah.
their takeaway from a lot of movies.
Yeah.
But when Wes Anderson was coming out, that was around the same time AI was becoming more open. Or Asteroid City was coming out, AI was a bit more open, and people were making those absolute horrendous. What if Wes Anderson directed Star Wars? What if Wes Anderson directed Lord of the Rings?
Those were everywhere for a while.
So TikTok was seeing those, and they're like, "Great, Wes Anderson is awesome. Then they're making videos of like Wes Anderson style stuff. Cool, right? They didn't know he was a director.
What?
They thought he was an aesthetic
That's weird.
because they didn't know any of his movies.
Oh,
So when Asteroid City came out, they were like, "What? This is a movie? We thought this was just a vibe."
Oh, okay.
And
That's
then
funny. I mean, it is a vibe.
and
to
then
be
they
fair.
watched Grand Budapest Hotel and they were upset. They were like, "Why are there Nazis in this movie?
Oh my
Why is this
God.
movie funny? What is this movie?" And they like couldn't compute.
Yeah. That sounds like classic TikTok.
I had to like suffer through that, seeing that live. It was bad.
The horrors of AI are upon us.
I'm waiting for the first AI horror movie.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I guarantee you that stupid Secret Invasion show was written by AI.
Oh yeah.
That would not surprise me.
You know what I want to see? Have an AI watch every Conjuring movie, every Insidious movie, every Annabelle,
Yeah.
and then write its own movie. Or watch Paranormal
frick.
Activity 2, all the big money makers. See if
And
it
come up with the
see what
ultimate
it,
horror
come up
blockbuster?
with the ultimate popcorn horror blockbuster.
That's awesome.
It'll probably be the most boring movie ever. Because it'll just take all the tropes from all of them and just make a movie everyone has seen before.
It's sad, but like I feel like people wouldn't know the difference. Most
No.
people.
No.
It's like, because I like knowing like my family and, I mean, yeah, like I like to watch a movie and like know that there's like an author behind it,
Yeah.
or see someone's personality in it.
See a vision.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like most normal people do
Don't.
not
Yeah, no.
do that, and we're like, I'm not saying that we're above them because we're not. I mean, I'm a freak. I can't speak for you,
I'm
but like
free.
I like weird shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, people won't be able to tell the difference. That would be an interesting experiment if you had an AI write a movie, you don't tell anybody, and
And
just
then
release
see.
it and pretend like it is writers.
Yeah, that would be. I bet you someone's already doing that. Some
that
YouTuber
would be horrible.
is doing that. Yeah, AI is scary.
It really is.
And then, well, you know what? We're going to have Megan 2, and that's going to prove to people that AI is bad.
Oh god.
This is completely off topic, but I wanted to mention it. Did you see the Meg 2 first reviews are out, and it has a 0% on Rotten
Oh,
Tomatoes?
really?
Yeah, I think that's, which makes me believe it's the best movie ever made. You know what I mean? Like, if
Yeah.
it's that bad, it has to be incredible.
There has to be some kind of redeeming qualities to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's one of those movies that's going to be purposefully bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. For sure.
It's like, but how is that fun though? Then, if it's purposefully bad.
Because bad movie are funny. Because then you can watch a YMS review of why the Meg 2 is the worst movie ever made.
Yeah, he'd waste his time doing that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say, I've been watching some of his stream highlights, and I actually like him.
No.
generally speaking. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not joking.
I don't have a problem with him. I just think some of his takes are very bad.
Kind of weird. Yeah.
Like I think you know what I think he does, and this is I think a lot of people do this, is they don't consider that their personal opinion is their personal opinion.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they'll say, I didn't like this movie because of this. But they say it that makes it a bad film.
Yeah.
Rather than saying, I didn't like this, they're like, this movie is dog shit because of this one thing I didn't like. That's my main problem with him.
Did he hurt you, Dax?
Yeah, he did. I was like on his Twitch stream and I'm like, watch Solo. And he's like, no, that movie's shitty because shit is in the movie. I don't want to watch people eat shit.
No, I do disagree with him too. But like I don't like hearing his opinions about movies, but like just things in general.
Just like when he's talking.
Just kind of entertaining, yeah.
No, yeah.
To listen to.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I guess we redeemed ourselves of all the YMS jokes I made.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we're not changing our mind on CinemaSins though.
Oh no, yeah, CinemaSins is like the dumpster fire.
That's the bottom of the barrel of
Yeah.
movie review content.
There's nothing redeeming about that. That's not even real criticism.
Didn't he say also he like it's all fake too? Like he doesn't even
that's the
have
thing.
the opinions of half the shit he says.
He says that, but he doesn't really mean it because oftentimes his opinions do end up in the review. So it's like,
Yeah.
what is a joke? What isn't? He does that just to deflect any criticism.
Yeah. I just remember seeing his Blade Runner review and he literally was giving it like a sin for like its style.
Yeah. He's just dumb. And it's just sad because people in the comments will like take his word as gospel.
That's the thing. I don't mind if people have dumb opinions. I mind when people latch onto those dumb opinions and actually believe it as truth.
Right, yeah.
I mean, look at like Alex Jones and Joe Rogan and shit like that.
True.
Like these people that can just say anything and then millions of people will just believe them automatically and then have that same opinion even though they don't care.
Right.
Like there's so many
sad.
people I've talked to like about movies where they say they don't like a movie and then I'll find out they haven't even seen it. They just watched some YouTuber make a video on it.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, well, I don't think you saw the movie.
No. That happens a lot nowadays where you'll see even people will just see reviews coming in and be
Oh
like,
yeah, like that's a
well,
bad
looks
movie.
like I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
like,
That got a 50%? Not me.
Yeah.
Yet, then they go home and they turn on AI-made Secret Invasion and go, hey, that
Yeah,
was pretty
probably.
good.
God, and I don't know. We could go on and on about the modern film landscape.
We could just
but,
have
like,
a series where we just talk about random shit that we get off topic.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Well, let's get back to... Well, let's talk about Talk to Me.
Whoa. That was a good transition.
I was complaining to my wife earlier about how it's always
You
fun.
can say that now.
Yeah, I can say that now. Yeah, I'm getting used to it. How I like coming up with funny review titles, using the name as like a pun or something like that. But the issue is all the ones that would be good for like a bad review title are good movies. You know? Like Nope,
Yeah.
that's easy. Nope, I'm not seeing this movie. I was gonna say, like, if this movie was bad, I was gonna be like, talk to me. More like, don't talk to me because I don't want to see this movie. You know? Stuff like that. Stuff that work.
Hack film reviewers.
Yeah,
like the headlines.
yeah, like that BuzzFeed tagline to get people clicking because negative gets more clicks than positives. So, yeah.
Oh God.
Well, let's wrap it up. I think our consensus is that elevated horror is here to stay for a while.
Yeah, not a bad thing necessarily.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I will say though, some of the tropes I'm getting a little tired of
Yes, for sure.
And I get them, you know. It's just some of it just seems like too. Like, I get your character, right? All your characters have to go through something, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like every elevated horror movie, it's like grief or loss, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I miss like the old days in like the 80s where it's just like the main character is like a complete asshole and they're like fighting monsters, but then like the main character represents something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, while they are themselves aren't dealing with said trauma, they are like a physical representation of that.
Right.
And that could also be they weren't thinking of that when writing. It just happens to come out that way in the story, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, there's definitely some tropes of elevated horror that are getting a little stale.
I think the dealing with grief part of that has to go away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
I'm
needs
just
a more
tired of seeing
interesting
that.
sting. Because that's literally all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And you can have a character going through stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying we shouldn't have movies that don't teach you how to deal with grief. That's fine. It's just, you know, for this very specific genre, which I wouldn't even say is a niche genre anymore, I would say really the movies coming out right now are your blockbuster popcorn horrors and then this kind of horror.
Yeah.
These are kind of your two. And I'll prefer this one any day.
Easily, yeah.
Because I get to see horrendous shit, you know?
Like Children of the Corn.
No, that's not either. That's not either of these movies. That doesn't go anywhere. No.
No, I get what you're saying. It's like you could still do the grief theme, but like have something unique to say.
Yeah.
Or
give me a new
tell
little
it in a
spin on
unique
it.
way. Right. Like you need like well, okay, we get grief is horrible and like you gotta like pick yourself up and just get through it, but like can't you tell that in a more interesting way or have some new kind of perspective about it? I don't know.
One movie that I will say does do that is that movie Mandy with Nick Cage.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Like, that's an interesting take.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we both like it. Seems like I liked it a little bit more than you.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't think it was bad. It was like okay.
No. Yeah, it's good. I would recommend it. I would recommend it seeing in a theater too, because it is genuinely pretty creepy.
It is. Yeah, for sure.
This is a good movie. You know, there are some people that want to watch a horror movie, not necessarily for the story or all that. They just want to get scared. This is a movie that will sort of satisfy both types of audience. Ones that want to be scared, and then one that want to just see like a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a crowd pleaser. I can see this, like we said, being very popular.
With
probably
the
once it
younger
comes
crowd.
out of theaters. Yeah.
People on TikTok, Gen Zers, like this could be a really relatable movie for them.
And you know you're going to be seeing those people on Etsy selling those paper mache hands.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's such an easy thing to sell. Like, what the hell?
The hand thing is really cool. I do want to say that.
I
The
like the
concept
design
is
of it
very
a lot.
cool. And the fact, like, when they enter that world, it, like, changes to them actually holding hands with, like, the spirit.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. That was neat. I did like that. It looked really cool and, like, it was edited really well. The sound was good, too. It's,
Yes,
like,
the sound design is very good, especially when people are getting hit.
Oh, God, yeah. It's brutal. When that guy was bashing his head in the table, you could hear everything.
Yeah, even the tiles. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
And the toe sucking.
That was disgusting. That was just gross.
It wasn't sensual either. It was just like, it was like a homeless man that hasn't eaten for 2 days that sees like a big lollipop. You know?
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah. It was slobbery.
He's loving it.
Yeah.
It turned me on, I'll be honest.
Tarantino likes this movie, surprisingly. I wonder why.
Oh my god. Did you see the picture of him sitting down to see Barbie?
No.
Someone took a picture of him, and I was just thinking, like, he must be in heaven watching
Oh,
that movie.
yeah. I
Because of
saw
all the foot shots.
there was a video of him going. I think he saw Oppenheimer and then literally walked across the street to the theater across and saw Barbie.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Wow, what a G.
yeah, he celebrated Barbenheimer.
That's sweet.
I do feel like this movie kind of got overshadowed by those.
Yeah,
because this came out
definitely.
the second weekend of Barbenheimer.
Yeah, most people are not going to want to go back the next weekend right after that.
Yeah, especially to see a depressing horror movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of bad timing. Really bad
Yeah.
timing.
But I mean, hey, they're not looking for big audience turnout. You know,
Yeah.
they're not expecting that. They made, because I know they made 10 million the first weekend on
It's
a
really
5
good.
million
They've already
budget.
they've already made back their
Already
budget.
made back their money and a little more. So good
Yeah,
job,
hell yeah.
YouTubers. If
You did it.
you did it, good job.
Yeah, and this is just really a really impressive film for people who were doing fucking YouTube before this.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, that is really insane
It
that they were able
shows-
to pull it off.
that if you have the eye and sort of the drive, if you just have the equipment, you can make something good.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And this movie seemed like also like a lot of fun to make. I don't know. You can watch a movie and you can tell when the actors are having fun. I don't know if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
I get
This
you.
feels like one of those movies,
Because there was a lot of people, like, in those group scenes.
especially that little kid with the long hair.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah.
That kid was loving it.
He was fun. I liked him.
Yeah. I want to, you know, well, actually, no, probably not, because it's A24. There's going to be a thing of how they got the hand origin story.
Well, they already confirmed that. We talked before the
Oh, yeah,
podcast.
true.
They're doing some
But
weird.
not the, I'm talking about the origin of the hand.
Oh,
Who
okay.
was the medium?
Oh
Why
my
did their
god.
hand get embalmed? How the hell did kids get it? There's like one throwaway line where he's like, some guy gave it to me at a party. It was weird.
Yeah, that's all you need.
So you knew that guy who got fucked up from it was like, here, take it, dude.
Yeah. Like, I probably ended up offing himself or something.
Yeah, or I was thinking, I was like, oh, is this going to be like a ring type situation where you have to like pass the curse on to keep it going?
That could be.
Which maybe that's what he was trying to do, because they literally did not know how to fix it.
Yeah. Or what? That's what was confusing about it was like. Yeah, I've already explained that, but whatever.
Yeah.
It was just like the trick was like, because it seemed like something was clearly wrong with him, but then at the end he was fine when she didn't do anything.
I interpreted it as that thing they did worked, where they closed the door.
Yeah.
But because she was already corrupted, she was like, I have to go through with this, because she was the ghost was telling her not to believe it.
I see. Okay.
So
That would make more sense.
That's how I interpreted it.
Well, I'll go with your interpretation.
That's my talk to me ending explained video. Yeah. Did you watch this movie and go, huh? What the hell? Did you do that little thing where you take your pointer finger and spin it around the side of your head and roll your eyes? Like, what the hell's
my
going on
God.
here? I got the video
hell?
for you. And then rather than explaining the ending, 10 minutes of the 12-minute video is just me explaining who the Philippou brothers are. And not even talking about the movie.
That's what most of those videos
That's
are.
what most
I'll
of
be
us are,
honest.
because they want to get the 10 minutes, so they want to get the most ads as possible. Like those like the kill count videos. I'm like, okay, this is just a compilation of all the kills in this movie, and it's like this literally just a scene for scene retelling of the movie.
Yeah, I hate that. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I want to see Michael Myers bash someone's face into a mirror
Yeah,
right
that's all I'm
away.
here
I don't
for.
want to see. I don't want to explain a movie I've already seen.
That kill still sticks with me.
Hell yeah, dude! Halloween 2.
Like that, the way that's acted, and the lady getting her head bashed in, the way she moves,
And the
during
fact that
it.
she's like pretty much alive the entire time.
Yeah, she's like screaming at first, but then all of a sudden she stops.
And he's still
And then-
going. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Halloween 2.
yeah, that still sticks with me. I quite like that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Hell yeah, I'm turning you into a Rob Zombie Halloween 2 head. Well, you
Yeah.
you aren't that familiar with Rob Zombie's filmography, right?
No, I've seen almost nothing.
You
of
know
his
what we're
other
gonna do?
movies.
We're gonna do the Thousand Corpses trilogy, and we're gonna talk about them.
Okay.
We're gonna do that.
I'm cool with that.
I'm setting it in stone. I have all of them. Actually, I don't have the last one, but it is on Shudder, I believe.
Oh, okay. That
If
works.
not, I can get it to complete my collection, because I like Devil's Rejects. I love, and I love House of a Thousand Corpses. Which House of a Thousand Corpses is coming back to theaters in August for like one weekend,
Oh, really?
or not August? Sorry, October. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they're doing like a thing. I forgot what theater. It wasn't. Wasn't the Fandango. It was some other one of the other big ticket things are doing like a thing. So that'd be cool if we got to see that.
That would be. I would totally go for sure.
Yeah, we could probably take my dad. He likes those movies too. He
Does
loves
he know
Cap-
Rob Zombie?
He likes Captain Spaulding and like the characters.
Oh, okay.
He likes Rob Zombie, yeah, because Captain
Even
Spaulding's
I know who
hilarious.
Captain Spaulding is.
Yeah, fried chicken and gasoline. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you showed me that clip. I think.
Yeah, there's so many good clips from the first two. So, all right, once again we got an off topic. So go see go see Talk to Me. Watch it. I think the theme of this episode is to watch stuff and don't take others' opinions as your own.
That is true.
That's what you can
Yeah.
walk away from this episode.
You can use that as a gauge to whether or not you think it's worth your time, but how much you like the movie, I think, it should be completely up to you
up
and
to
what you
you.
think about it.
And don't feel like you have to not like something because someone told you to. Or you have to like something
Yeah,
because someone you think is smarter than you told you it was good. It's okay not to like stuff.
yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay, everybody.
It's okay.
That's
Oh my-
creepy.
That is creepy. I don't like that. All right. That's my talk to me old man character. I want to suck your toes. That's probably
Yeah,
actually
toe
what
sucker.
if that guy talked, that's what he would sound like.
I wanted him to say that.
They call me
That'd be
toe
awesome.
sucker Tucker.
Toe
come-
sucker
I
Tucker.
come here to suck toes. That's what he says once she like shakes his hand. It's
Oh,
like, you better
God.
let me in, you stupid bitch.
Stupid slut.
He was like a trailer trash that got like killed in like a propane accident. That's our lore. All right, go see Talk to Me. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.